Greetings, I'm Tim of Govberg, and welcome to the world of Hublot. Today, I'll be your guide to the proper usage, care, and maintenance of your Hublot Big Bang Unico Titanium caliber 1242. Now, it's important to note that this is an automatic winding timepiece. Nevertheless, it can be manually wound, should the watch run down, by taking the crown and threading it out counterclockwise. You'll feel and hear a spring-loaded pop when the crown enters the default position where you can wind it. Turn it 20 to 30 times to begin the oscillation of the balance. You'll note the motion of the constant seconds indicator at 9 o'clock. Now you can screw the crown back down and put the watch on your wrist. A natural course of kinetic action on the wrist in conjunction with the case-back winding rotor will ensure that the watch continues to operate in daily use. However, should you wish to wind the watch to its maximum rated power reserve of approximately 72 hours or 3 days, simply continue turning the crown in a clockwise direction. Due to the bridle-style mainspring, you cannot accidentally overwind the watch. The bridle will simply slip and relieve any excess strain. So simply continue turning the crown until you hear a very faint pop or click. That's the bridle slipping. That's how you know your watch is fully wound. Now, once the watch has been wound, there are two additional features that can be used to ensure precise time setting. The first, and you'll note the constant seconds indicator at 9 o'clock as it traces its arc toward the index at 12. I'm going to pull it a little bit early, but the point stands nevertheless, that when you pull the crown out all the way, you stop the balance, halt the seconds. Now you can synchronize to a known accurate reference time, such as an online atomic clock. Best way to do this is to stop the seconds hand precisely at 12, and then advance the minutes hand to the next nearest minute. At that point, you wait for your online reference timer to catch up, and the second it does, the seconds hand and the minutes are exactly the same. You push the crown back in, you resume the beat of the balance, the advance of the seconds hand, all the other hands follow in sync. Now you've synchronized to a reference time. Now there is an intermediate position for the crown, such that if you turn it, it's between setting and it's between winding, but you can cycle the date. You'll note a skeletonized date wheel inside the register for chronograph minutes at 3 o'clock. I can cycle and correct should the watch run down or encounter an irregular length month. However, there is one caveat with respect to that mechanism. It should not be actuated between the hours of 8 p.m. and 3 a.m., as this is the period during which the watch's own automatic date jumper is engaged. Attempting to use the quickset while the watch is changing its own date automatically can severely damage the movement, so always be cognizant of the time when you are using the quickset function. Now, we're finished with the crown functions. We can move on to the chronograph functions. Now, this is a chronograph, but it's an exceptional version known as a flyback, whereas a conventional chronograph must be started, stopped, and reset in that order to avoid damage. The Hublot in-house Unico caliber has a flyback function, which means in order to time rapid consecutive events, you can simply press the pusher at 4, which resets the mechanism and automatically restarts it with no hazard to the movement integrity and no time lost in between consecutive timed events. Now, it is important to note that leaving the chronograph running continuously will run down the power reserve, and with a lateral clutch mechanism engaging the chronograph, it's best to only run the chronograph for 12 hours at a time maximum. Naturally, the chronograph can be started, stopped, and reset in conventional fashion as well. Now, Hublot equips this watch with a special push-button, automotive-inspired quick change strap system. Now, this can be used to dress the watch up, dress it down, or simply facilitate deep cleaning of the timepiece. However, it opens just like a car seat belt, and when you push the strap back in, you get a click that signifies the rejoining of the strap in the case. Again, just like an automotive seatbelt, it works on each side. There are many accessory strap options available on Hublot's website or at your nearest Hublot authorized retailer. Now, it's also important to note that the timepiece should be kept protected from water, magnetism, and shock. And water is by far the greatest hazard to a fine timepiece. Water resistance of this watch, as rated by the factory, is a robust 100 meters, which Hublot rates as sufficient for most aquatic activities short of professional diving. However, it is important that you help the watch avoid accidental drowning. You do need to play your part. While it's okay to have the chronograph running while submerged, no crown function should be actuated And no pusher function should be actuated while there is water on the case or the watch is submerged, as attempting to use the functions, even simple winding, can bypass the seals of the watch and introduce water to its interior. Once in, it causes catastrophic damage. Moreover, it's important to note that water resistance is not a static feature of the watch, as are mechanical specifications and dimensions. From the time a watch is assembled or fully serviced, seals begin to dry, lubricants age, and water resistance ebbs. So Hublot recommends having the watch water tested at an authorized service center minimally every 2 years to ensure that factory-rated hermeticity is intact. This is also a good time to have cosmetic condition and mechanical integrity checked for service purposes. Now, with respect to magnetism, Hublot advises that the hairspring at the center of the balance is metallic, and it can be magnetized by speakers, subwoofers, refrigerator doors, the closures of purses and wallets, MRI equipment, and high-powered wiring looms in the home and office. So keep the watch remote from these, but if you suspect, due to erratic timekeeping, fast or slow, that the watch may have been magnetized, take it to an Hublot authorized service center where specialized equipment is available to quickly and easily demagnetize the watch. Shock is also of concern because high-impact activities such as dirt biking, mountain biking, golf, baseball batting, tennis, and firearms marksmanship cause concussions that can damage a fine Swiss mechanical caliber such as the Unico. Be sure to ensure that the watch is disused during periods of high-impact activity for the integrity of your watch and its long-term operation. Finally, with respect to complete service, Hublot recommends every 3 to 5 years undertaking a complete mechanical, cosmetic, and water resistance overhaul of your watch with an authorized Hublot service center. These agencies exclusively have the specialized tools, trained personnel, and original Hublot factory replacement parts to maintain the integrity of your watch as both an instrument and as an investment. Moreover, only these agencies can back all work and parts invested with an Hublot factory service warranty. Finally, visit our website at govbergwatches.com and call, text, or email our experts who will be happy to walk you through every phase of the usage and care of this or any Hublot product.